So The Walking Dead Season 10 Episode 10 premiered titled Stalker. Now if you have not seen this episode, it's going to be a full spoiler warning. So if you haven't seen the episode and you don't want to get anything spoiled for you, don't watch this review. But so you know that, spoiler warning. So the episode starts off, we get to see Beta making his way over to a caravan, and as that was happening, I was like, why the fuck is he happening in the caravan? And then he walks into the caravan, and there's just two whisperers just standing there. They stand up, they lift up one of the chairs, and it reveals a big hole. And I was like, oh, okay, where the hell is this going? And then Beta jumps into the hole, and then once he's into the hole, he lights up a match, and then we can see around. And when we see around, we see that there's also another whisperer just standing down there. So there was a whisperer just standing below the RV in pitch black waiting for Beta, which is just, why is the whisperer down there? It's such a weird idea. But then after it also revealed that, which I kind of didn't know, it was kind of up in the air for myself. After episode 8, we kind of revealed that Rosita and Father Gabriel are still together, which I wasn't really sure. But then Rosita goes up to kind of get some food, I think it was, for Coco. Turns around and there's a whisper with a knife standing over Coco. I was like, holy crap, what the hell? How's Gabriel still asleep during this? But then it's revealed that it was a dream sequence. I was like, oh, okay. I don't really like when they do dream sequences in that way, but I was like, okay, let's move on. Anyways, and then as this is happening, Rosita wakes up. Gamma is actually at the gate, ready to reveal everything she knows to Gabriel and the rest of the group. Gabriel kind of believes her, but he doesn't, because he realizes something is wrong. Gamma makes her way into Alexandria. Rosita decks her and she goes unconscious on the ground, and she's like, bring her to the cell. And then it jumps over to the cell. Gamma is waking up. Rosita and Gabriel are standing down there and they're asking her questions about all this, and Gabriel's like, some of what you told me was true, but some of what you told me was not true. And then she reveals her backstory and the fact that she killed her sister, which is just it's a brutal thing she did with killing her sister. She reveals it to Father Gabriel, and then a little bit of trust has formed between Rosita and Gamma, as well as Gamma and Father Gabriel. And while this is all happening inside of Alexandria, we see that Daryl has actually found the entrance to where they kind of fell into the cave, and we see Alpha. And Daryl sets up a whole scheme. She's with, I think it was 4 other Whisperers. He kills those 4 Whisperers, and then Daryl and Alpha have a brutal fight. She slashes him right down the face. I couldn't tell if it was down like this or if it was just above his eyes, but it was during the fight he couldn't actually see because the blood was in his eyes as well. He stabs her, I think it was somewhere around here, with a branch, and she's losing a lot of blood. She stabs him right in the legs. He can't even take the knife out because if he does, he's going to bleed like crazy. And as that happens, he gets away. When she goes to pick up her gun, he gets away and she starts to track him. And as she tracks him into some, I don't know what it was, some kind of really old abandoned building. He's kind of, he's not passed out, but he's just really close to unconsciousness behind something. And then she kind of falls to it, sits down and falls there. She starts banging like crazy to kind of lure some walkers in. At first I was like, why is she banging? And then I realized, oh yeah, crap, I forgot walkers can be attracted by noise. And I think it was 3 walkers come in. They go straight over to Daryl, and Daryl kills 2 of them. And then he's like, crap, he's holding the other one. He has to rip out the knife to actually kill one of the walkers. And as soon as he does, the blood literally, it's like a fountain the way the blood came out. It starts squirting straight up in the air. I was like, oh crap, he's lost a shit ton of blood. And then him and Alpha are so close to passing out at the stage just because they've both lost such a ridiculous amount of blood. And then after that, we kind of lose them for a good bit, and it jumps back over to Rosita and Gabriel, and they're planning on doing kind of an execution where Gabriel and a few others go outside Alexandria and the rest kind of stay there to defend it. And I was kind of picking up a little bit of tension between Gabriel and Rosita. I don't really imagine they will be together by the end of the season. I think my prediction is Gabriel is going to die. I did do a death predictions because the whole sequence ends with Rosita staying back in Alexandria. Gabriel leaves Alexandria and he gives Rosita his hat. Now he does make it back in the end, but I don't think they're going to be together by the end of the season. I think Gabriel's going to die, which I like Gabriel, so I don't really like the idea of Gabriel dying. I have met the actor. He's a nice man, but I don't want to see Gabriel die. And then we find out before Gabriel makes his way back, we actually find out what happened, like why Beta went underground, and it's revealed that it was kind of obvious in a way. But Beta goes through a tunnel and he pops out a grave that Dante, for the woman he actually strangled in episode 7 or 8, he dug her grave. So then he kind of dug a tunnel as well. So we see a pretty cool scene of a hand popping out of the grave. I'm like, oh yeah, that's straight out of a zombie movie. And it rips open, the arms come to the side, and he pulls himself up, and it's pretty cool. And he goes to one house, and he kills everyone in there. There's probably about 5 or 6 people. And then after he kills them, he just kind of falls on his knees, and it took me a while to realize why. I don't understand why it took me so long. But he kind of just stood there. I was like, is he catching his breath? What's he doing? And then obviously, I don't know why I predicted, he was just waiting for them to turn to walkers, and he's got a little bit of an army there, which I don't really understand why it took me so long. But then as that happened, the walkers all go out there, kind of distract everyone in a way. And then Beta makes his way over to the cell to kind of get Gamma back, bring back to Alpha, because Alpha wants Gamma. Gamma's kind of talking to him. He's not really listening. She's like saying, everything she taught us is a lie. And the whole sequence goes. And then I want to say the character's name is Laura, but I'm not really sure. It's the one that has kind of the barcode tattoo here, who's also a savior. She comes in, she puts up something to Beta's neck, and then Beta and her have a pretty brutal fight sequence in it, which I'm pretty sure she's dead. I could be wrong, but I think she is dead. We'll probably find out in episode 11, but I'm willing to bet money on that. I think she's dead because he threw her around. He threw her into the cell. He threw her on the ground. Everywhere she was smacked around. She's a small enough person, so I imagine what he did, she died. But then when the whole happened, Gamma runs upstairs, shouts for help. Judah opens the door, says, come in here. So Gamma is now inside Michonne's house. Beta comes out, and then he turns around and figures out she's probably back there. And then Beta does go inside Judith's house. He's kind of wandering around. We see him in Michonne's room. And then we see him opening the door. And all of a sudden, boom, Judith, of all people, shoots Beta right in the chest. And he goes flying backwards. I was thinking, okay, there's no way Beta's dead. But what the hell just happened there? He's on the ground. Gamma looks at him. And then he walks away. And he just jumps up, pulls her leg back. He was like Michael Myers. He was like Michael Myers, wandering around the neighborhood, going after women, trying to kill them. I was like, okay, it's straight out of Halloween. And then as that's happening, Gamma looks like, because she went smack down, it sounded like something broke as well when she fell. And then he goes to bring her back to Alpha. Then Rosita comes out of God knows where. She just kind of appears. Him and her have a pretty brutal action sequence, which I was kind of thinking, oh crap, maybe Rosita might be the one to die, because she has been cast in this Netflix series. So I thought there's maybe a small chance Rosita might die here, but of course she doesn't, because Gamma says, you kill her and I'll kill myself, because Alpha needs me. So if you kill her, I'm going to kill myself and Alpha won't get me. And then he kind of lets Rosita live. Him and Gamma then go out of Alexandria. They're making their way down, and then Gabriel and everyone he was with kind of ambushed them. Beta runs off and Gamma's there, and then Gamma gets taken in by Alexandria, and she now has become a survivor because people are making their way to Hilltop. We see Rosita making her way there just because they have a doctor and they don't have one in Alexandria. We see Judith's gone. We see RJ, I assume, was there. I couldn't really see him, but I'm pretty sure he was there. And we see that Aaron, his daughter, is there. And Gamma gets there. So Gamma, I'm assuming now she's a survivor, and I hope she survives the season because I like Gamma's character. I'd like to see her move on forward within the season because I actually do enjoy her character. And then it jumps back over to Alpha and Daryl for the last time. They're both losing a lot of blood. We don't really see a lot from Daryl the same, but Alpha's kind of talking herself a bit. And Lydia pops up, and I was thinking at first, is that actually Lydia? But then I kind of figured out she had the crossbow, she had all her weapons. Alpha didn't know she had any of this stuff, so it was 100% Lydia. They're having a moment. Alpha's like putting the knife up to her chest, asking Lydia to push it in to kill her, so then that Lydia can become the Alpha and then carry it on. But Lydia doesn't want to do it. She has a moment where her mom and pam kind of passes out, and then Lydia takes Daryl away, kind of just helps him out, and then Alpha wakes up probably about 8 or 9 hours later because it was middle of the night and then it went to bright morning, and she figures out, she gets annoyed. Then more whisperers come, they help her recover, and she's losing it. She's mad. She's getting ready to throw out her walker herd, and I'm really, really excited to see what happens with episode 11 now. In terms of rating of the episode, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I thought it was a great episode, just not as good as episode 9 was. So the fight between Alpha and Daryl was by far the highlight. That was probably just incredible. A whole sequence was just incredible. But if you've seen the episode already, make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comments down below so I can hear other people's takes on The Walking Dead, because I think The Walking Dead is my favourite show of all time. Not a lot of people would watch it as much as they used to, but I still think it's the best show on TV, and I think it will be for as long as it probably will be on TV. But make sure you click that subscribe button so you can come back next week to see my review of episode 11, as well as The World Beyond and Fear the Walking Dead in the next, probably World Beyond in 2 months, and then Fear the Walking Dead continuing on. So if you want to see all that kind of stuff when they do air, make sure you click that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.